Today's topic is so important, probably one of the most important things that you will know or need to know when it comes to manifesting subconscious mind. Just getting a better life, just living a life that you actually enjoy, because most of us are not doing that. So this is the most important thing, I think. So let me first give you an example, right? Are you the type of person that every year you promise yourself that this is going to be my year? I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to lose the weight, I'm going to start that business, I'm going to get that person that I want, I'm going to, or end that relationship, I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do it this year. And you have all the hopes in the world and all the motivation. And then 6 months down the line into the new year, you realize you're living the exact same life. It's not because you're lazy or not motivated. It's because you're still living the life with the thoughts that created your previous life. So unless you change your thoughts, you're not going to change your experience. You're not going to change your life until your thinking changes. Let me explain why that is. So a lot of us, obviously, I hope, if you watch this channel, you know about it, but there's a lot of people in the world that don't realize that their subconscious mind is running the show. It's not your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is what you're actively listening to me as I speak with now. The subconscious mind is in the background. It operates without our conscious awareness. These are the processes that occur below the level of conscious thinking. For example, we've got our emotional memory centers. They literally hold memories and shape our future experiences. We also have filters. We have a filtering system which filters out external information on what it thinks is important to us, which is what we focus on. So we have all these processes in the back that we're not aware of. And actually, they're running the show. Because in reality, much of what we do is automatic. Have you ever driven, when you drive to work and then you realize that you weren't even conscious? You're like, oh, I'm here. You don't need to consciously be aware of how to do it. Yeah, the first few times you did to know how to get there. Or to drive, to learn how to drive, you had to consciously be aware. But now everything is automatic. You know exactly when to go into first gear, into second gear, into third. You know exactly how to not stall the car. You know how to brush your teeth. You know how to tie your shoes. At one stage, you didn't know how to do these things. That's when your conscious mind was necessary to learn, to be consciously aware. Now we are living automatically. And this happens because it's easy for us, because say there's so much information outside that we have to take in. There's so much everywhere. And there's so many decisions that we already have to make and things we have to think about that our subconscious mind says, I've got this. You don't need to worry about tying your shoes today. I've got this. You don't need to worry about how to get to work. I remember the route. But also what it holds is the thought patterns, the habits that you've always had, that you've always done, your limiting beliefs. They're all back there too, and they're there to protect you. These limiting beliefs are what were created, and these habits that your brain created in order to keep you safe. And that's why when you do something that's out of the ordinary, something that's different to those thinking patterns or habits, your brain is in panic mode and it scares you and it says, get out, this is dangerous, we're in danger here. Let's go back to familiarity, let's go back to normal. That was nice, that was comfy. Yeah, it was comfy, but comfy is not always good for you. Safe option is not always what's actually beneficial for you. I think as humans, we are supposed to grow and elevate every day. And I think when we don't, we feel that. We feel depressed, we don't feel happy, we don't feel successful. We don't feel like we're using our human bodies and our human brains to their advantage. And I think that takes a toll on you. So some other subconscious things that we do automatically, we worry about the same things. We also react the same way in arguments. And we have certain people that trigger us, And these are just reaction. These are habits that we've always done. You're not consciously choosing those every second. They've just become programs. So it's really important to know that we actually think roughly the same thoughts every day. So it's important to take control of your subconscious mind and say, what thoughts are running the show? What is going on? That's why awareness is so important. Awareness is being aware, right? Wait, what thought was that? No, let's replace that. It's when we're living on autopilot and we're walking around and we're just, for the people that didn't know about the subconscious mind, for you when you didn't know about it, imagine how you live. When I think back to that time, it's just crazy, just walking around, not aware of what's going on back there. That's not aware. Now that you have the awareness, you can bring your attention to your thoughts and say, is that really true? Maybe because I have this thought every day, maybe that's why this keeps happening. Maybe because I have the thought of I'm not good enough 24 hours a day, maybe that's why I can't get a good job that I like. Maybe that's why I can't find a partner that treats me good, because I don't think I'm good enough, so how am I going to get anybody else to think that I am? So awareness is so important. So if your thoughts are the same every single day roughly, that means you have the same beliefs. Listen, same beliefs about the world, okay? Same beliefs about yourself, same beliefs about the world. You have the same reactions when things happen in your life. You have the same expectations then, and you also have the same emotional patterns. Therefore, what? It's important to know that thoughts create your emotions. So if you wake up immediately and you think, I'm behind, oh my God, I'm late, your body will automatically respond and you'll feel stressed, you'll feel anxious, you'll feel sad. So this is why it all starts with the thoughts. Nothing will change unless you change your thoughts, because your thoughts create your emotions. You could literally have a thought subconsciously, nobody likes me, and immediately you feel insecure. Immediately you feel withdrawn. Immediately you feel awkward. The thought that you have produces the emotion. If you have a happy thought, you can feel it in your body. Your body literally feels happier. That's why negative thoughts can literally cause sickness in your body. They really can. So also, if you think that thoughts create your emotions, and then your emotions drive your behavior, because if you have a negative thought of I'm not good enough, and then you feel insecure, your behavior then is to become withdrawn, insecure. So it's important to ask questions like, if you constantly feel insecure, will you confidently approach opportunities? No. If you feel hopeless, will you work consistently? Probably not. You don't think there's any hope. Why would you do it? That's why it all starts with the thought. So, listen, it's important to know as well that if you've been thinking negative thoughts for a long time, because you never knew any better, that's what you knew, right? And now you're learning, thank God, that you can just change your thoughts and that they will actually produce a better reality for you. Now you know that, let's begin to challenge those thoughts that come in. Become aware. So now, you'll still have negative thoughts. I do, but it's the awareness that separates it. It gives you that minute of, it gives you just a second of just, is that true? Where is that thought getting me? That thought makes me feel bad. Why would I think it again? Why would I think it? It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel insecure. When I have a thought about my body, it makes me feel insecure. It makes me not want to go out and do things. It makes me not want to go to the gym. When I feel hopeless, it makes me not want to go to the gym because I think, what's the point? I'm always going to be this way. Changing the thoughts. Changing the thought. Only you are thinking these things. We're our own biggest critic. Sometimes we think that everybody is thinking these things about us, but really we're just thinking it about ourselves. And nobody knows what you're thinking. So think the best things about yourself. Nobody is going to think those things about you. Everybody is living their own lives. Everybody's focused on themselves. Focus on yourself. Be your biggest supporter. Literally, big yourself up every single day. You will feel good in your body. So it'll change your emotions. It'll change your actions. And the things you do and the way that you approach life will be different. Then what happens? Changing our behavior creates results. Our behavior creates results. So we've changed our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our behavior. And now what happens? There's no other option but our results to change. If we don't change our thoughts, we have the same emotions, right? If we have the same thought every day, we're sad and we're angry or whatever. Our feelings become the same. Our feelings are the same. Our emotions. We're angry, we're sad, we're depressed. Our behavior is then the same. We don't go to the gym again. Another day goes by where we don't start the business, or we don't make, a start on it. Which then what? Our results are the same. So unless we change our thoughts, our results don't change. So connect everything. Thought creates your emotion, creates your behaviour, creates your results. For an example, if you think I'll probably fail, your emotion will be fear, your behaviour will be don't apply to whatever it is, result will be nothing changes, which reinforces the thought that you've been having of I'm a failure. The cycle continues. And your results reinforce your beliefs. So imagine somebody believes that I'm not disciplined. Because they believe it, they skip workouts, they gain weight, and now they say, see, I knew I wasn't disciplined. It's crazy when you think about it. One thing I'll leave you with as well is the subconscious doesn't know the difference between repetition and truth. So if somebody has thought I'm awkward for 15 years, their subconscious will just accept that. So if you create thoughts that you don't believe right now, but you just repeat them every single day, that your brain will eventually catch up and you'll become that person.